GBC here of Into the Squared Circle podcast, where we talk about all things pro wrestling. Yes, this coming Wednesday, pro wrestling head-to-head, right? Wednesday Night Wars. We got NXT versus AEW duking out on live national television. That's right, NXT on the CW, AEW on TBS. Oh my Lord, what could go wrong? Or what could go right? We'll talk about it right here on the show, but if you're watching on YouTube, give me subscribe right now. You're already watching. Just do it, man. Help a brother out. You know what I'm saying? Independent podcast, right? Yes, the podcast. Take the podcast to go. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Take the podcast to go. Into the Squared Circle podcast. Shut the hell up. Let's talk about all things pro wrestling. NXT versus AEW this coming Wednesday, right here on Into the Squared Circle podcast. Let's go. Let's talk about the Wednesday Night Wars on NXT and CW and AEW Dynamite on TBS. It's a lot of good stuff, man. So, okay, G, why is NXT in this coming Wednesday? Why did they move the day? Damn it. Well, thanks to the U.S. government and the elections, but I highly suggest you go out and vote. All right, no political stuff here. Just go out and vote. But why? Again, you're going against the U.S. elections, against who's going to become the new president of the United States. So you want to kill your viewerships? Like, I guess some wrestling fans don't give a rat's ass. They just want to see some pro wrestling. All right, I get it. But you got some steep competition. All right, you got the whole country, the whole world watching as the election Tuesday night. So they were smart enough. I'm talking about Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Hey, let's move over to Wednesday. Let's just, suck it against AEW. And I'm pretty sure that's what they said. But, they're going to go head-to-head this coming Wednesday. Both shows are stacked, right? I'm going to put the flyers for AEW Dynamite and NXT. By the way, NXT will be at the 2300 Arena, or fans know as ECW Arena, the home of ECW, which is going to be special. A special night for NXT. Now, right now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, between NXT versus AEW this coming Wednesday, who's going to win? I'm asking you guys right now, who's going to win? Keep that in mind. Number two, who's going to walk away as the winners in the ratings? My personal prediction, which don't mean shit for a lot of people, again, I'm just a mark in my basement that watch pro wrestling. I think NXT is going to get the advantage. I think they're going to get the big numbers. If I had to guess, maybe 800,000, maybe 900,000. I'll be surprised if it gets to the million. I'd be really surprised. And if they exceeds the million, then gosh dang it, they hit the jackpot. But I think they're going to get the 800 to the 900,000 viewerships. I think so. And I think AEW is going to get a big low again. A big low. Maybe 300,000. They're going to get Rampage collision numbers, 200,000. I don't know. Maybe the tides will turn. We don't know. But we're going to break down both shows and what could play a role between both shows neck to neck this coming Wednesday. Now, my understanding, I think NXT is going to be on 7 p.m. Central Time here in Chicago, 8 Eastern. Where if you live out in fucking, San Francisco, I don't know what your time's out there. In the middle of the damn country, Kansas, Salina, Kansas. Look, man, it's going to be a loaded show. NXT at the ECW Arena is going to be stacked, right? You're going to have, not Devon Dudley. Devon, get the tables. Bubba Ray Dudley. Bully Ray. You can't use Bully Ray. They're going to use Bubba Ray Dudley with the glasses, right? Yeah, man, he's going to be there to tag team up with that Trick. Hey, don't do that, G. You're white. Trick Williams going to tag team up with Bubba Ray Dudley at the ECW Arena against I messed it up. All Ego Ethan Page. Why he touched his nose, I don't know why. Maybe he forgot to put lotion on his nose. His tag team partner is going to be Ridge Holland, the big son of a bitch. It's going to be an awesome tag team match. Bully Ray cut a great promo this past Wednesday on NXT and the CW. explaining to Trick Williams, like, look, dude, I'm not going to be your partner. My time, in the ECW arena is done with. It's all about the young guys in the back. I'm not tag teaming up with you. And then later on the show, Ridge Holland came out, talked shit. Like, yo, man, you're a wash wrestler. I'm just paraphrasing here. Pissed off Bully Ray. Bully Ray was like, you know what, man? Now I'm going to be part of this match. You want to piss me off? I'm going to tag team up with this guy, Trick Williams, against you two, Ridge Holland, and All Ego Ethan Page. That's going to be a good tag team match here. Rob Van Dam was on this past Wednesday, NXT. He will be on this coming Wednesday at the home of the ECW. RVD will be heading over to NXT. So he might be a special guest referee or something. I don't know. He got something in mind. He's going to be part of the show. What he's going to do, we'll have to stay tuned and watch this coming Wednesday, right? Another reason why. I heard we have Dawn Marie. We had Francine's going to be there. It's going to be a load of show. There's probably going to be more special guests. It's the WWE, man. They can surprise. Paul Heyman. I'm putting it right now. I'm going to place a bet. Nobody's sponsoring this show. I'm going to pace, and I'm not going to do nothing illegal gambling here. I'm going to tell you guys right now. I wouldn't be surprised if Paul Heyman shows up on NXT. You're going head to head against AEW on TBS. Get Paul Heyman at NXT at the ECW arena. Boom. Boom. There's your ratings. There's your rating. There it is. It's a special night. If you're going to have a special night, a special moment, get Paul Heyman. That's it. NXT. Now, if he doesn't show up, that's where I'm going to be really, really surprised and shocked that he didn't show up. He has to show up on Wednesday. Has to. Even if he just shows up backstage eating a cannoli or something. I don't know. Maybe outside handing out tickets like the good old days. I expect Paul Heyman. Can we expect other guests? Sandman, Tommy Dreamer. I mean, come on. Tommy Dreamer, TNA, working relationship. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe we'll get Tommy Dreamer. Who else? There's a bunch of guys in the ECW. I mean, Lita. Was Lita on ECW or Stacy Keibler? One of those two. So, I mean, they could do some big surprises here. But that's not the only match. Not the only match. I believe we have a big 10-woman tag match. We have Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, right? Vaquer. Sound like I'm a German. Who else you got? You got Jordan Grace from TNA Wrestling. You have the new chick starting in NXT, Carry-On Hakai. I don't know what the hell her name is. She's in this tag, and then my apologies, the other chick's part of it. And I think Roxanne Perez is on the other team. I don't know. It's a big sandwich women's wrestling match here. You got all the stars on one side. Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, Jordan Grace. That's stacked. That's stacked women. I mean, this is multi-company top women superstars in one group. That's superstardom right there. That's a big time match. And if I'm going to tune in NXT, that's the match I'm going to watch this coming Wednesday on the CW Network. Now, there's a bunch of other matches going to be on there. Again, I don't have it right in front of me. I'll put the damn thing right in front of me, the graphic, but you'll see it. Maybe there's something that'll appeal your eyes. But NXT, man, it's loaded. It's going to be a special night at the ECW Arena. Man, you never know who's going to show up at the front doors at the 2300 Arena. So we got that going on. All right, so there's your big advantage for NXT. AEW, what's their big advantage, G? It's very simple. Chris Jericho's your Ring of Honor World Champion. I know, right? Ooh, wow, man, that's going to bring in some numbers. You know what, man? This past Wednesday on Dynamite, Chris Jericho was talking like, hey, man, I'm the Ring of Honor World Champion. I'm the tree. I'm going to elevate Ring of Honor. Stay tuned. So I have to wait and see on that. But the big stuff this past Wednesday on Dynamite was the Hurt Syndicated. Yeah, formerly known as the Hurt Business in the WWE. I'm talking about Bobby, as Brock Lesnar would say, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, the excellent wrestler, the excellence, wherever the hell his tagline. Who else? MVP, man, MVP. The Hurt Syndicated. Man, the band's back together. Now, how this came together, G, if you watch AEW Dynamite this past Wednesday, we had the main event match against whose house? Swerve's house. Swerve Strickland went one-on-one against Shelton Benjamin. It was a great match. And there's something AEW's doing right. It's this Hurt syndicated business stuff. It's good stuff. They're building Shelton Benjamin like he's a badass. He's the man of steel. He's a world dangerous, all athlete, all college, all professional, 100% American made wrestler. And they built them up right. First time AEW and Tony Khan's doing something right. They ain't fucking that up. But I'm like, man, I hope, Swerve, your former AEW world champion, right? The former AEW world champion, who's been in the main event level top. Now, you're going to have him against Shelton? All right. Who's going to win? And thinking about it, before this match, I'm going to get a drink here really quick. I'm like, man, if Swerve loses, all that momentum, all that build-up to become the main guy in AEW just gets beat by Shelton, like, it has to be a good match. But after all the building of Shelton as a badass and showing him his, he's undefeated, he's the powerhouse of Hurt syndicated, should Shelton lose? And then guess what, man? Shelton Benjamin lost his past once against Swerve Strickland. But after the match, MVP walking around with his cane, brought out his cell phone. He's like, ding, 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 ding. Called up the cell phone. He's like, all right, man. Shelton Benjamin got beaten by Swerve. This guy's a little cocky bastard wanted to defeat one of our guys, the excellent Shelton Benjamin. Well, I guess I got a guy backstage who can just come out and make his debut. Well, it's no other than Bobby Lashley. Boom, 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 boom. His entrance theme song sounds like the WWE. But it's noticeable because we know it's Bobby Lashley. Man, he looks like $1,000,000, man. He's wearing his tight-ass suit. He is ready to do this. His Bobby Lashley signature move. I was waiting for a suit to just tear. He's just massive, man. Badass. He gets in the ring, face-to-face with Swerve Strickland. Okay, what's going to go down? Well, these guys beat the living hell out of each other. And at the very end of AEW Dynamite this past Wednesday, the Hurt syndicated stood there victoriously over Swerve Strickland, and MVP took out Prince Nana. So, now this coming Wednesday in Dynamite, they're going to speak. What they're going to talk about. What's their goal? We don't know. But we have to tune in this coming Wednesday on TBS to see what's going to happen, what's the next step for the Hurt syndicated. So good stuff, man. I love it, man. I love that stuff. Of course, we got Adam Cole versus Malachi Black. I don't know. I'll put the graphic right above me. So we got 2 shows loaded. 2 shows. 2 major television networks, CW, TBS. If you had to choose one, which one will you watch? Which one will you DVR and record? Or will you watch neither? Maybe you're neutral. Maybe you'll sit at home and stare at the wall. I don't know. But it's up to you guys, man. NXT versus AEW. Which show will you watch? I'll be watching both, right? I'm going to be recording one show. I'm going to watch the other one live. Or probably record both and watch them both later on. I don't know. But I'm going to watch both because I'm a huge wrestling fan, just like you. Right? Good deal. Drop it on the comment section. Hit the subscribe button. Here back on the...